Yep, it's true. I'm retiring from coaching, and fitvegans.com, as it exists now, will largely close its doors. Here's why. For those that are new here, hi, I'm Florian, founder of fitvegans.com, obviously, award-winning personal trainer, published author, and vegan since 8 years. With fitvegans.com, over the last few years, me and my team helped over 300 plus vegans from 24 countries get in fantastic shape. Now we're closing it down. Here's why. I started the coaching and this YouTube channel as well because veganism and fitness are both passions of mine. Starting your business from your passions is a very great strategy in theory, but in practice, it's a whole different story. The reason for that is that if you have a passion for something, it's typically something that is very, very close to your heart. And when something is very close to your heart, you're unable to look at it with absolute rationality, which a business typically requires. So when you start a passion business, you often realize quite quickly that what you love is not necessarily what the market loves. So only a very tiny segment of the market is willing to finance your passion. So you have this delicate object, which is your passion business, and you need to hammer it into something that the market wants. And because again, the passion business is close to your heart, that process of hammering is quite painful. After numerous iterations of hammering your passion business to the market, you look at your once delicate object and you barely recognize it. You can imagine this as starting a business as a coffee lover, right? And that's, by the way, what this is, right? This is not bone broth or kombucha, I've read there in the comments as well. It's coffee. But let's say you start a business as a coffee lover and you price your delicious coffee that takes you a lot of energy and money to produce at $20 a cup. But soon you will realize, now as you get smarter along this business journey, which you will get quickly along this process because you have to, you will realize that most people buy coffee that costs them 10 cents a cup. So while everyone really loves your idea, no one is quite willing to pay you money for it. And you quickly realize that in the realm of entrepreneurship, no money, no funny. So again, you're this coffee lover and you realize that you need to start hammering onto your delicate object, which is your coffee business or your coffee passion, until it's something that the market truly wants. So you start hammering. And here's the thing, the more you grow as a business, the more of these hammerings you need to do, right? So initially, when you go to a certain stage, you need to do some hammering, and then kind of the more you want to grow, the more hammerings you need to do because you want to achieve ideal product market fit, and you can only do that through hammerings. So as you do these hammerings, at one stage you will look back and you will kind of look at your once delicate object, which is your passion thing, and you wonder, why the hell am I even doing this in the first place? I'm at a stage where the coaching that I do is something that the market wants, right? So we went through a few hammerings there. And it has given me a great deal of joy and freedom. I was able to travel the world and I met awesome clients and people and team members that I work with that I would not have met otherwise. But to get to the next level, which you need to do as a business to survive, because the market is ever growing and you can imagine kind of this market as this growing tide, and if you don't swim, you're just simply gonna drown. There's new and more devastating hammerings which I would need to do, which I'm not willing to do. So as I'm planning to grow to the next stage, I have my passion business, kind of this once delicate object in my left hand and my hammer in the right hand. And I ask myself, why am I even doing this in the first place? And as I pause and reflect in that situation on why am I doing this, I quickly realize that there's no great reason. The reasons I came up with for doing yet another hammering were good but not great. Like, I've always done it that way. Or I've been coaching for years. Or I can't change now after 8 years in the business. And obviously, which it often boils down to, is simply the fear of the unknown. And don't get me wrong, these are all good reasons to keep doing it that way, but they're not great reasons to keep doing it that way. And as I thought back, right, as I'm kind of pondering these different scenarios, I always aim to be a great role model for my clients. And if there's one thing fitvegans.com should stand for, it's for the ability of people to change. Not necessarily when they're faced with trauma, so when they really have to change, which is when most people change, but when they want to and when they decide to. And change not necessarily when their life is bad, but when their life is good enough. And deep down inside, they know they can do better. And in that one moment of contemplation, it hit me. What prevents me from changing my career or my business is what prevents most people from changing their health and fitness. It's the self-talk of, I've always done it that way. Or I've been doing this for years. Or my life is good enough, it could be much worse. Or I can't change. And what if I do change, but my future is worse than the present? So the absolute harsh reality is that I can't expect my clients to change from good enough to great if I don't change myself. Or if I don't have the guts myself to change from good enough to great. So at this stage, I believe that the absolute best decision for myself, for my clients, and the legacy of Fit Vegans is to retire from the coaching and essentially leave my good enough land in pursuit of the great land. But at this stage, I'm also committing to take on the last 24 clients. The last 24 clients, which I call the legendary 24. So if you've always wanted to get coached by me, but you never found the time to do it, then right now is the time to do it. This is truly what they call a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, because the chances is good that after these legendary 24, I'll retire from the coaching for good. So I'll leave a link in the description if you're watching this video on YouTube, or I'll leave a link in the first comment if you watch it anywhere else, and also on YouTube. YouTube has the option to have kind of both of these links, where you can book a free 50-minute call with my executive coach to see whether or not we can help you get in fantastic shape, to see whether or not the synergy is right. And if the synergy is right, we'll invite you to be one of our legendary 24. On the link, you'll also see a number of how many spots we have left of the legendary 24. And once that number hits 0, the coaching is closed. So act now if you're looking to get in great shape as a vegan quickly and sustainably, and if you're looking to have my help along the way. For those that are wondering, what will I personally do after this? I'm currently dabbling with a technology startup. So on the short term, I'll put a lot of focus on this. In that period, I probably will put my head down and reduce my social media consumption and my creation as well to an absolute minimum. So yes, this might be one of the last videos that I'll be doing for a while. So I want to thank you for the ride that we've been on for the last 8 years. I've certainly learned a lot, and I hope you did learn a thing or two as well by watching my videos or reading my posts. And I wish you all the best for the future. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I wish you a wonderful time. There, you got the sip.